Hi again, everybody, and we welcome you to Homecoming 2022 here at Falcon Field. As tonight, you always want to schedule somebody on Homecoming you think you can beat. The Falcons have accomplished that goal. Their opponents tonight, the Pontiac Phoenix, they won their season opener back in 2018. They have not won since. 38 losses in a row for Pontiac, and they are the opponent here tonight at Falcon Field against the Farmington squad, which has opened 3-2. Bookcasing 2 losses against a 3-win streak in the middle of the season. They're coming in here tonight off of a loss against Troy on the road last week, 16-14. And we're about ready to get this one underway. On time, as it turns out. Pontiac a little bit late arriving here tonight. But the Falcons, having won the toss and having deferred, we'll see that kickoff bound on down to the vicinity of the I don't know, 20-ish. I'm still waiting for the official to walk it off, and they'll say the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pontiac Phoenix right there. Don't know a lot about them. We don't. All we have is their names and numbers on our roster here tonight, so we shall learn together. As let's sit back on Homecoming 22. Class of 73 continues to roll. Always has. As you know, says this Farmington graduate of 1973. But let's sit back together and enjoy this one tonight as we close out the month of September. And hard to believe, but this is week 6 of the high school football season, and there are only, 3 games to go after this one. So the Phoenix moving right to left, start in an offset I position. They'll pick up 5-6 yards on that carry, that little toss into the flat, which was handled. You got to do the thing with the glasses, right? You got to do that again. Still trying to figure that out. Famarze Jeffrey, number 6, for the Phoenix. So there was a penalty on the first play. So it was actually 1st and 15. Pontiac now has 2nd down with 9 to go from the 34. They won't pick up any yardage here. That stout Falcon defense against the run. 51 down there in the middle of all of it. Gavin Miller, one of the co-captains. You'd expect the big guy to be in there on the stop, and indeed he was. No gain on that play, 3rd down and 10. Confronting Pontiac as we were just underway in what has been, it was so nice a day today. I was able to drive with the convertible top down on my way to Falcon Stadium tonight. Of course, I live in the district, so it's not a terribly long drive, and there's a lot of 25-mile-an-hour stretches. I think peak speed I reached today was 40. Now a toss off to the other flat, too high, goes incomplete. 4th down and a flag late. And it's in the area of a pass interference call, and it is. It is a pass interference penalty against the Falcons, and that'll mean a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for Pontiac. So it looked like the Falcons had gotten him off the field, but somebody reached in there. And pass interference is the call against Farmington. So on this first drive of the football game, Pontiac retains possession. They'll have it 1st down and 10 to go from, out beyond the 46, right on the 45-yard line, as the call was defensive holding. Now the question is, the down box across the way says 3. The scoreboard says 1st and 10, and indeed now they changed that score box across the way, down box, and it is 1st and 10 for Pontiac, just as we suspected. Just underway here on a beautiful fall evening in Farmington. Rush is coming, and this time the dump off across the field is going to lose a couple of yards. It's caught by Famarze Jeffrey off that throw from Kanye Donaldson, the quarterback, number 2 for Phoenix tonight. Loss of a couple on the play. Call it a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. Homecoming here tonight at FHS. The stands are full. A nice crowd has turned out for the big homecoming game. There's a pass bouncing incomplete in front of the intended receiver. Donaldson didn't get a lot on that ball. He was trying to get it to Randall Bush.
Gavin Miller.
And our PA man, Mr. Gold, says that was tipped blocked by Farmington's number 51, Gavin Miller. Third down to 11. We're only 2 minutes into this one tonight, or we will be in 1 second. And the quarterback keeper is going to wind up losing 2 or 3 yards. I believe that was a design play by Pontiac, by their quarterback, Kanye Donaldson. It went nowhere. Lost a couple more yards, so 4th and a dozen. Officially, 4th and 13, officially the ball spotted at the 43. Now that'd make it 4th and 12, actually. So for those of you scoring at home, of course. Falcons under third-year head coach Jason Albrecht. He's over 500, 8-6, and that's after he lost his first 4 games last year. And Pontiac going for it here on 4th down. It's incomplete, but another flag in the defensive secondary.
Broken up by number 24, Cameron Hughes. There is a flag on the play.
So one wonders if the Falcons will once again be called for pass interference or defensive holding. They have been. It's just a question of how far the official walks it off and whether or not it's an automatic first down. It's going to be a first down. So twice now the Falcons, in this one on a 4th down no less, twice the Falcons have appeared to have gotten that Pontiac offense off the field.
First down for Pontiac.
But now with the pass interference penalty, they've got the sticks at the 45. They've got the ball at the 47. So this will take a little conversing, a little figuring out to see exactly where Pontiac will have, or from whence Pontiac will have 1st and 10. Because again, the yard marker is actually at the 44. The football spotted at the 47. Now they move it to the 44. So here we go. Pontiac 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Donaldson looking to the Phoenix sideline across the way. Gets the call, gets the snap. Little drop back pressure coming. He runs. He'll pick up a couple, 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. Nice effort to keep the drive, his drive going forward, the momentum. That's a pickup of 3 yards for 2nd down and 7.
Joshua Walker and number 33, Darmel Moore for the Falcons.
So I just think Donaldson there saw the pressure coming from Farmington's number 33, Darmel Moore, and decided to take off with him himself. So at any rate, instead of a sack, right, picks up 3, 2nd down and 7 to go. 3 receivers to the far right side, the top of the screen, in an offset eye and a whistle before the snap. There'll be some sort of a procedure call, a false start here against the Pontiac Phoenix. And again, you wonder what that must be like. They won their opener in 2018, lost the next 8 in a row, and then went winless in 2019, 2020, 2021, and they're winless so far here in 2022. 38 losses in a row for the Pontiac Phoenix. That cannot be an easy thing to live through. They dressed 23 players tonight, by my count. The bus was a little bit late getting here this evening. Donaldson this time will lose yardage on a similar rushing attempt where he pulls the football down out of the pass formation. And he's able to get it only back to midfield. So loss of a couple on the play. I think they give him forward progress to the 48. That'll make it 3rd down and 15.
And 45 for the Falcons on the tackle.
Gavin Miller already down in his stance, and he's ready to charge. One of the 3 up linemen here for the Falcons. Check that, not Donaldson, but rather number 9, Randall Bush. Cut down as he tries to turn the corner. Can't. Gets a gain of just a couple of yards. It'll be 4th down again for Pontiac. 4th and long. 4th and more than 10 at any rate. Let's see who made the tackle on this play as they get it to Bush, number 9. You see him coming towards us here. There's the handoff the other way. I believe that on the tackle that was Darmel Moore, number 33. So fourth down, 14 to go from the 48-yard line. The Farmington 48. Again, Pontiac opts to go for it. They throw long this time. And for the first, it's going to be turned over and downs on the incomplete pass. But for the first time on either third or fourth down, the Falcons are able to deny them. Remember, they had penalties earlier on a third down and long play and a fourth down and long play, and they'll take over for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Good field position for Falcon quarterback Dominic Pesci, number 1, to start this one off tonight. No scores you see. And we're almost halfway. Well, 6 minutes would be half of a 12-minute quarter, so we're getting towards towards the middle of the first quarter. Falcons 1st and 10 from the 48. Pesci alone. Had a setback behind him, and he opts on the first play to go long down the left side, throwing the home run ball on first down and just barely beyond the reach of Cam Petaway, who's having an outstanding season among the Falcon receiving corps. Falcons this year have allowed 77 points, and Pontiac this year has scored 77 points. Falcons began the year right here on TV chat with a hard-fought loss to Ypsilanti Lincoln. They dropped it 20-14 right here at Falcon Field. But the Falcons had the chance, had a first-and-goal situation, flag on the plane against Pontiac, probably offside. In that game against Ypsi, midway third quarter, the Falcons had a first and goal and were unable to convert, couldn't get points out of it. And that was the last decent scoring chance they had. They lost that one 20-14. Then, as we say, 3 wins in a row. They went off to Royal Oak in week 2 and pounded Royal Oak 44-0. They beat Troy Athens 28-14 in the showdown game against North Farmington here 2 weeks ago. They beat the Raiders 33-27. Were 3-1 at that point, but dropped a narrow decision last week. Look at them push the pile forward for first down yardage. Wow, that was impressive. See when they finally get up, and it's Petaway, number 4, on the carry with a lot of help from his friends. You see the way they push this pile forward. Third down, about 5 to go here. And here's where the pushing starts at about the 45, and they move forward about 7 yards. All the way down to the Pontiac 39-yard line. First down of the game for the Falcons. 1st and 10 at the Phoenix 39. Pesci fakes the handoff, dumps it off into the flat. This play will pick up about 5 yards following the catch by Owen Madison. No score in this one to this point, and now we are halfway through the first quarter as we go under 6 minutes with the clock still running. There's not a whole lot to this play. A little flanker screen as Madison comes back and makes that catch. Looks to cut it upfield, but he himself was cut down shy of the 35 at the 36. Second and 7. The pitch, and Petaway cutting it back towards the middle, cutting it outside. He'll have a chance here to race for the end zone, and it's going to be Cam Petaway taking it home for a 36-yard touchdown by Cam Petaway. So the Falcons' drive is 52 yards, capped by that 36-yard Petaway run.
Nebraska getting ready for the extra point.
Nebraska ready for the extra point out of the hold of Owen Madison, who just scored the touchdown, or Petaway scored the touchdown. But Madison with that hold drives and through. Let's take another look at the touchdown run, just a little pitch here to Cam Petaway, and he's going to do the rest. Good, decent. Look at him jump over a tackle right there. Good, decent blocking downfield. And as he turned that corner down around the 10-yard line, you can see it was just a race to the end zone. Petaway wins it, and the Falcons, with 5:24 remaining here in the first quarter, have taken that 7-0 lead. So exactly what Coach Jason Albrecht, former Falcons player, wanted to see on that opening drive. Good field position because Pontiac, they declined to punt the football. And so it was the Falcons began that drive at their own 48-yard line. There's a little pooch. And it will be essentially the man who caught the football, Famarze Jeffrey, was stopped essentially where he caught the ball. So Pontiac will begin their second possession of the evening at their own 34. Now, homecoming night, a lot of cheerleaders here for the Falcons tonight. I counted 32 of them that were lined up on the field to welcome the Falcons to the field before the game here tonight. And here's a lot of sound and fury, but not a big gain on that pass to Jeffries. They'll pick up just a yard to the 35. So we will see, I presume, it's homecoming, so I presume we will see the presentation of the homecoming court. And we'll also have the Falcon marching band for you. That's in a little while, right? That's coming up at halftime, but we always show you that on TV 10. Those kids work hard too. It's not just a team, it's a team effort, right? Ball's dumped into the flat, and that swarming Raider defense is there once again to stop Jeffrey.
Pass complete to number 6, Famarze Jeffrey.
I'll give him a gain of about 3 yards here. We've seen a lot of these passes, these little dumps off into the slot. Call it a gain of 3, if that, maybe 2. And it's 3rd down and 7 to go. Falcons lead 7-0. Donaldson pass over the middle, broken up. Tried to squeeze it in there for Randall Bush, but the coverage was good.
Jaden Van on the coverage, incomplete.
Jaden Van, number 10, there to break that one up. And it's going to be 4th down and 7, again from the 36, and again, Pontiac will go for it here. And there you see Van, number 10 for the Falcons. So 4th down, 7 to go. Football out at the 37. Donaldson, pressure coming. Trying to find a lane up the middle. It's not there, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks by Rashad Shabazz, number 3 for the Falcons. And I believe also in there to help out was Kotoba Abuchar, number 31.
Number 3, Rashad Shabazz. Turnover and down. Football.
Well, the Falcons are going to have a really good field position here. Again, with Pontiac unable to punt. And there you see number 3 for the Falcons, Shabazz, in to tackle the quarterback for a loss. It's a loss of about, 6 yards, actually. So it's Farmington 1st and 10 at the Pontiac 34-yard line. They already lead 7-0. They scored in a 52-yard drive, capped by a 36-yard Cam Petaway rushing touchdown. Here's Petaway again, breaking a tackle right up the middle. He goes, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Petaway on the carry. First down.
It's a 15-yard gain for Petaway. 1st and 10 Falcons now at the 19. There's the Petaway breaking tackles, busting it right up the middle. Knocked one man over. Looked like he might go all the way, but somebody caught him from behind, brought him down. But 1st and 10 Falcons at the 19-yard line. 3-2 on the season, and taking out a Pontiac team that has not won a football game since opening night in 2018. So a little more than 4 years. Padaway down to the 16.
Hand off to number 4, Cam Petaway. Bryce Brown and Xavier Smith on the tackle.
3-yard gain on first down. I'm sorry, 2-yard gain on first down. Second down, 8 to go. Any coach will tell you, because I've heard it a million times, right? Offense, defense, special teams, and Pontiac's lack of a punting unit or an ability to punt the football has cost them big time in terms of field position in this first quarter. It's time the running back, Keyshawn Wilson, is tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose 3 back to the 21, so it'll be a third and a dozen.
Keyshawn Wilson on the carry for the Falcons.
You see Wilson off that fake, and he collided with his quarterback Pacey, and that disrupted the timing of the play. We've heard that phrase, right? Well, that did exactly that. So the football at the 21, and third down and 12 for the Falcons, leading 7-0 here in the first. They'd love to get more though. Petaway in motion takes the toss. He's in trouble in the backfield. Can he find the seam? No. Right there to put the stop to him is Pontiac's number 22, Xavier Smith. So Patterson loses another 2 yards, and that brings up fourth down and 14. You see a player shaken up across the way. That's the guy who made the tackle, Xavier Smith. We mentioned the Phoenix coming in here, dressing only 23 for the game tonight. They can't lose. They can't afford, I should say, to lose too many. You see our game situation here. It's everything you need to know. I could just not talk at all. You'd still know what was going on. Some are out there saying we might be even more well informed. Well, that's just that nice. Have I told you that Siri periodically stops talking to me if I get annoyed with her? It's true. Siri, the what is it? The voice assistant that you use with Apple products. Yeah, we've had our moments together. Well, like any good relationship, right? All right, 4th 14 for the Falcons at the 25. Pesci lobbing it deep towards the end zone, has a man. It's a touchdown for the Falcons.
Aaron
McCray is on the receiving end of that 25-yard touchdown toss. 24-yard touchdown toss.
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag. So let's see what that's all about. I think the touchdown will stand. Still trying to, a personal foul, and it's against the Falcons, but it occurred after the play. So Kyle Braska on to attempt the extra point. Owen Matson with the hold. Kick is on the way. It's good. 14-0 Falcons as another flag comes down. .206 left to go in the opening quarter. I'm just doing a little bookkeeping up here in the booth, so later when we want to recap what's happened, I can have something I can work on. So Pontiac, if it was offside on the defense, why would Farmington be re-kicking? The truck, I don't know either. All right, it must have occurred before the snap. So the second attempt at the PAT is up and no good. Oh, they missed it. Well, that hardly seems right. But, you know, if you do commit an infraction before the snap, they will whistle the play down. That's what happened there. The Falcons, who I have to amend my scorecard now because I've already written down the 14-0 score, so we will amend that. It is 13-0 Farmington with, as you see, 2:06 left to go here in the first quarter. A quarter which, by the way, as you can see, has been dominated by the Falcons against this Pontiac team, which again has lost. It's somewhat unfathomable to lose 38 consecutive games, to win on opening night in 2018, drop your next 8, and then not win a single game in 2019, 20, or 21, and so far here in 2022. So the Falcons have the early lead. They've benefited from great field position. Their first opportunity on offense came at their own 48-yard line. A 52-yard scoring drive put them up 2-0. 2-0? Oh, my goodness. 7-0. I'm shaking my head at myself right now at this stage. And then their second drive began at the 34-yard line, and it took them just a few plays to put it in the end zone again on the scoring pass to McCray. 13-0 Falcons. Good field position here for Pontiac, as once again Farmington elects for the short toss from way across the field. A flag comes in as the scrum was ongoing. That's just what it was, a scrum down there. Well, I'll tell you what, you look at that Falcons side, I'm harping a little bit, but you look at that Falcons sideline, and it looks like they got 15, 20 guys standing there during the kickoff, and you look across the way at that Pontiac sideline, and it's more like 5 or 6 guys. The crowd that's come to the game tonight that's sitting on the far side of the field, the visitors section, only about 30 or so fans over there. Meanwhile, on the home section, home side, our side, the west side, it's packed. It's a good crowd here tonight for homecoming 2022. And penalty appears to have gone against Pontiac as they walk the ball back to the 41. So holding on the kickoff. And there was a parade tonight. I guess it was around 5 o'clock, a little bit earlier than I got to Falcon Field. It was his first play. Will pick up about 9 yards on the pass to Bush.
Aaron McCray and Sammy Ramsey on the tackle.
But I was thinking, it's too bad. Pick up 4 on the first down play. Too bad, because I drove a convertible to the game tonight. I could have just jumped into the parade. Sean McGuckin told me there were a lot of convertibles in the parade tonight, and I brought one. I could have jumped right in and told everyone, another flag on the snap, told everyone the class of 73, my graduating class here at FHS, well, rules. That's how we painted up our cars back then. Falcons are offside. 5-yard penalty is going to make it 2nd down and 1 for Pontiac at midfield. They've yet to pick up a first down in this game tonight so far. And we're late in the first quarter, 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in it. Donaldson going deep down the right side, and the pass goes out of bounds, incomplete.
Pass intended for number 38, Caleb Leatherwood. Number 24, Cameron Hughes on the coverage. Incomplete.
Look at Pontiac this year, 0-5. They lost 57-12 on opening night to Bishop Foley, 22-9 in week 2 to Mount Clemens. Berkeley beat them by 20, 48-28. Royal Oak beat them by 22, 42-20. Remember, that's the team the Falcons shut out 44-0. And Avondale last week beat them 54-8. So they've allowed 213 points, and they have scored but 77. Here's a decent run up the middle for first down yardages on the carry to James Tate. Spot the football at the 42 and make it 1st down and 10 for Pontiac. I should not. It's actually their 3rd first down, not their first, because you have to count those 2 first downs they got earlier by penalty. That's an actual thing. So their 3rd first down tonight, and they're into Falcon territory at the 42-yard line, trailing Farmington 13-0. Donaldson flips it quickly over the middle, complete down there. And
Donaldson's pass complete to number 6 from RZ
the
Jeffrey.
receiver, Jeffrey, from RZ Jeffrey, brought down immediately.
And Joshua Walker for the Falcons.
But it will be a gain of 6 and 2nd down and 4. Donaldson throwing a lot tonight, going the long boot here. Had a man pretty close to it, but it goes incomplete. Caleb Leatherwood, number 38, was there for Pontiac, but he was on the wrong shoulder, right? He had to kind of turn around and sort of make an over-the-shoulder catch. He was unable to pull it off, so on the incompletion, the down box flips to 3rd. You see it right across the way there, the 3. Scoreboard says 3rd and 5. Let's go with that. The line to gain is the 33. Waning moments of the first quarter here at Falcon Field. Homecoming at FHS. Pass complete near flat, but a nice open field tackle by Owen Matson. He completed the pass to Jeffrey. But Owen Madison there to make a first down saving tackle as the first quarter comes to an end. Just a gain of a couple of yards on this third down play. As you see Jeffrey, and you see right there with him Owen Madison of Farmington. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3 to go. 4 to go, 4th and 4 here at Falcon Field. I'm Rich Kincaid, glad to be with us. We are, well, I should say almost every Friday night, because next week we have a bye week. Both the Falcons and the North Farmington Raiders are on the road next week, so we won't have a game for you. All right, but we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and we're pretty excited the week after that, or when we do come back. We're going to bring you, hello, Mr. Gold. We're going to bring you our TV10 attempt at Red Zone. We're going to actually have 2 games simultaneously. I'll work out of the studio, and the possibilities for a mirth are enormous. This one, I have trouble enough keeping track of what's going on in one game. So they're going to say, well, let's try it. Let's see how he sounds if we do 2. And so that is what we will do in week number 8. It's our, I guess it'd be our high school Red Zone program. 13-0 Falcons after the first quarter here. I'm going to return my attention to the field. And it is a 4th down play here for Pontiac. 4th down and 4 on the first play of the second quarter as we switch ends now. And it's Pontiac at the Falcon 36-yard line. Had some motion on the Farmington line, and slapping his palms against the side of his helmet is Rashad Shabazz, and he may have jumped. And if he did, that's going to be a first down for Pontiac. As always in this situation, though, was he drawn? And that's the discussion right now. Was he drawn offside? He was. So instead of a 4th and 4, 4th and 9 now for Pontiac. And they don't seem overly excited about the call on that play. So it's a false start penalty. And 4th and 4 has now turned into 4th and 9. Out of the gun, Donaldson drops. All kinds of pressure coming. Now he's looking to throw deep downfield. Does. And it's picked off down there. Intercepted by Owen Madison. So the net effect, the interception by Madison, the net effect is one of a punt. That of a punt. And Madison inside the 20-yard line down at the 18 picks it off. So one way or the other, that was going to be the Falcons football. We watch the pressure here that led to the interception, and all kinds of it from that Falcon defense. And ultimately, Kanye Donaldson just had to heave it downfield. Number 11, Madison, inside the 20 for the Falcons with the pick. And we'll mark the football at the 19. Falcons leading 13-0 First and 10, a thrown at 19. Just underway here in the second, and I mean just underway. We've played but 10 seconds of it. 11:50 to go in the second. 13-0 Falcons lead tonight here on homecoming. Petaway trying to get it outside. Bounces past one tackler to another, and down the sideline it comes. 30-yard line, 40-yard line, midfield, cuts it back up inside. Trying to break away from one more man. Can't quite do it. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. It's a 50-yard run for Cam Petaway. How about that? Petaway looked to be in all kinds of trouble, even so far as being back in his own backfield. But he busts away from it and was able to turn that corner. We'll take a look at the run by Cam Petaway, the 50-yard run by Cam Petaway right here, all the way down to the 31-yard line. So he makes one man, two. He's going to make three men miss here. And now he's got that seam. There's a fourth. Down the sideline, he comes roaring, cuts it back up inside, and he's not brought down. Finally dragged down by James Tate of Pontiac, but a 50-yard run. First and 10 Falcons at the 31-yard line. Hey, Petaway's not tired, right? He is caught, though. It's Donaldson, quarterback and defensive back for Pontiac, and that'll be a loss of a couple of yards on that play. So one touch, you pick up 51, and the next you lose 3. Second and 13 for the Falcons. Well, sunset does come earlier and earlier, doesn't it? And we've almost got the lights at full effect right now. Second down, 13 to go. Falcons, they lead 13-0. Wilson off the pitch, cuts to the 10 to the 5, brought down near the goal line.
Number 6, Keyshawn Wilson.
It's going to be a 32-yard pickup for Wilson. So on this drive, the Falcons have runs of 51 and 32 yards. That carried by Keyshawn Wilson, number 6, senior running back.
First and goal.
And there's that little pitch play to the same side of the field. Falcons must feel they can get to the corner, and they do. And finally, number 22, Xavier Smith, is there to make the stop. First and goal, Falcons at the 1. And a late substitution here for Pontiac. Man's got to come off the field. The officials are conferring. Well, if it's delay of game, it would just move the ball half the distance. It's at the 1 right now. First and 10 Falcons. Cam Petaway, number 4, is in the backfield. Keyshawn Wilson, number 6, is in the slot. And Pesce up under center. I'm guessing it's going to go to Petaway. It does. And there's a hole. There's a seam. He just walks into the end zone, just jogs into the end zone. So it's another Farmington touchdown, and they move into a 19-0 lead with 8:56 to go in the quarter. Petaway just out of your picture. I like the way Pesce changed hands on that handoff. And Petaway goes romping on in. So into the second quarter we go. And with 8:56 remaining in it, Brushke comes on to attempt the extra point.
Number 17, Jeremiah Axe on the hold.
A little confusion here for Farmington on the extra team's unit. And now they've got the field goal team in there, and Brashke's kick is true. And the Falcons move into a 20-0 lead.
Falcons 20.
Just a 1-yard run by Petaway. But remember, he had the 51-yarder earlier in the drive, and Wilson had a 36-yard line, 36-yard run.
Discount card for a great price on a great meal.
Mr. Gold's getting a little loud here on me in the booth. Just trying to concentrate here. There you go. We're 8:56 away from our halftime festivities tonight on Homecoming 2022 here at Farmington High. I presume they still have the big dance on Saturday night on Homecoming weekend, right? I would hope they do. What's the point of going to high school if you can't have a big dance? All right, 20-0 Falcons. Here early in the second. Well, that's an onside kick, and I think the Falcons may have gotten it.
Andrea's kick is recovered by the Falcons.
It is an onside kick. It is recovered by Farmington.
Ryan Connolly on the groundie. Falcon first down.
Spotter says it was Donnelly who got it. Let's take a look here. That's definitely an onside kick attempt. And falling on the football for Farmington, number 32, Ryan Connolly indeed. Falcons up 20-0, first and 10 at the Pontiac 45-yard line. See what I'm talking about the players on the sidelines, the Falcon bench on the near side, low part of your screen, and then up top, just the relatively small group of Pontiac reserves available in this game here tonight. First and 10 Falcons. They're leading 20-0. They've got it at the Phoenix 45-yard line. Wilson's second man through, pick up 4.
Keyshawn Wilson on the carry, taken down by number 22, Xavier Smith. And number...
Little backfield in motion action and a good defensive stop. Number 22 for Pontiac, Xavier Smith. Pesci brings them to the line of scrimmage. Little play action, little rollout, little pass. Has his man open down there and inside the 20-yard line.
It's number 13, Luke Donahue.
Luke Donahue. And Donahue, with that reception, has first down yardage inside the 20-yard line.
For the Phoenix.
So the Falcons in the red zone, first and 10 at the 18. You see the pass and run from Pesci to Donahue. Farmington already up by 20 in this football game. 7:40 left before halftime, and the clock is running here at Falcon Field. Handoff up the middle.
Number 32, Ryan Connolly on the carry.
And it's Connolly on the carry. First time we've seen him. We just saw him make a pass. We have not seen him carry the ball yet tonight. He gets a good gain on first down. About 6.
Second down and 3.
We have a timeout called by Pontiac.
Timeout, Pontiac.
So the Falcons are knocking on the door again. They've got second down and about 3 from the 11-yard line.
Support. FHS.
And as you see, already up 20-0. The only flaw for the Falcons so far tonight, a missed extra point, but that came only after Farmington had made the extra point, but a penalty on the Pontiac defense prior to the snap negated the play. You know what I need to do? Bear with me. I was going to see if we can find some out-of-town scores. And I wanted to check the Falcons' upcoming schedule. I'll have that information real fast. It's just like when you're working off your phone and everything's in a 2-point font. Can't make it tough, but gosh, we'll pick it up. Ferndale. The Falcons are at Ferndale 1 week from tonight. Again, no TV10 game for you next Friday night as both the Falcons and the Raiders are on the road. Pesci with the pitch to Padaway. He avoids a couple of tacklers and is spilled at about the line of scrimmage.
And
at about the 11-yard line.
Caleb Leatherwood on the tackle.
Third down here. They'll give him a loss of a yard on that play, so it is third down at about 4. The Raiders 1-4 this season, and they're at Troy Athens tonight. Penalty here against Pontiac. That's going to be half the distance, and it's going to be a first down, first and goal for Farmington at the 7-yard line. First and goal, Farmington. In the backfield, you see Cam Petaway to the left of his quarterback, Dominic Pesci. To give to Petaway, a huge hole to the goal line. It goes into the end zone again. And the Falcons have another touchdown.
Touchdown!
This one comes with 6:25 to go in the second quarter. And it's a point pending situation. Score right now is 26-0 Falcons, and they look to make it 27-0. Kick is on the way, and it's good. So it is 27-0, and a lot of time left in this one before we get to halftime. 27-0, the Falcons in the leader. They have, as the score would indicate, dominated. Only 3 first downs here tonight for the Phoenix, and something that they're quite used to, as they have lost 38 consecutive games. Falcons coming into play tonight with a record of 3-2. Both their losses have been narrow ones. We had them on opening night with that less than a 1-score game. Lost to Ypsilanti Lincoln, and then on the road last week against Troy, the Falcons lost 16-14 on the road narrowly. So they're 3-2 this year. But they're close enough to being 4-1 or even 5-0. It's a live ball down there again. The Falcons are going after it. It gets knocked out of bounds, so it will belong to Phoenix, presumably.
Marzi Jeffrey on the return. Ball goes out of bounds.
We're checking our Twitter feed now for the out-of-town scoreboard. If you don't hear me talking, that's why. I'm checking the out-of-town scoreboard. Well, there we go. All righty. Let me slip on the reading glasses and see what I can see. See, we had this problem last week where, oh, here we are. I found them. We're good. Looking for that North Farmington score if I can get it for you. So it's 1st and 10 Pontiac. They'll start this drive at their own 24-yard line. Here it is. North Farmington 14, Troy Athens no score. They're in the second quarter at Athens. As North Farmington and Herstein's Raiders look for their second one of the year. Complete pass down there, but only for a gain of, let's call it a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. And I'd say give these kids from Pontiac credit. They're losing, but they're showing up every week. 38 losses consecutively. Man, oh man. There's going long and incomplete. Donaldson, I meant to say. I'm sorry.
That's intended for number 38, Caleb Leatherwood. Incomplete. Hughes on the coverage.
Second down and 6. Very near. There's the flag. It looked like it was going to be it was very nearly intercepted by Jaden Van, number 10 for Farmington, but the flag comes in. And so we'll see who this is against. Holding. Defensive holding against Farmington. First down for Pontiac. That is the third time tonight they've picked up a first down on a penalty.
That was defensive holding against the Falcons.
And this one is a substantial walk-off all the way out to, well, beyond the 40-yard line. No, put it right on, I'll call it the 41. There we go. So first and 10 for the Phoenix. Falcons 27. Phoenix no score here tonight. Homecoming at Falcon Field. And as you see, we're 5.5 minutes away from halftime, which will feature the naming of the homecoming court. We'll have a performance by the altogether terrific Farmington High School Falcon Marching Band. Here's a pass that loses 3.
Pass complete to number 9, Randall Bush.
Bush kind of had to get out of the way because Madison was coming hard. and Owen said, discretion is the better part of valor on this one. He just got down and got out of the way. He's going to get lit up. Second and a dozen. Kwani Donaldson, number 2. He's worked almost exclusively, if not exclusively, from the gun this year, but had a bit of a hard time completing passes, and here he's going to have a time getting it back to the line of scrimmage. Big number 19 for the Falcons. Sammy Ramsey putting the stop on him, junior linebacker. Watch 19 for Farmington now. Here he comes through the gap. I'm sorry, that was Madison, number 11. Ramsey came in from behind. Notice his attempt to steal the football on that play. So third down and 15. And it sort of feels like we've been saying that or some variation thereof for most of the football game here tonight. Third and 15 for Pontiac. And if they don't pick it up, they'll go for it on fourth down. They've demonstrated that tonight. No matter what the down and distance is going to be about the same. The keeper there didn't pick up very much.
Kept the ball.
In fact, it didn't move it a foot. Fourth down and 15.
Christian Jackson, Sammy Ramsey, and number 35 tonight. In on the tackle.
Now, it appears to me that Donaldson has come off the field. You see him number 2, and he's just on the far sideline there. And I'm wondering if he's been shaken up. I wonder what's going on. Because there's not any sort of a punt formation here. Put the eyeglasses on it, the binoculars. Yeah, Donaldson is just on the far sideline here. So there's only 10 Phoenix on the field, and that includes the most important Phoenix, their quarterback, Connie Donaldson. And now we get the timeout called here by Pontiac. They're just running time off the clock, right? 2:47 to go here in the first half. And the Falcons way ahead, 27-0. The touchdown followed by the onside kick recovered by the Falcons. I'm not sure I'd say turning point, but maybe I would. It went from 14-0, 13-0 to 27-0 in not too much time at all. A matter of about a minute and a half of playing time. And now here we are late in the quarter. Pontiac, I give them credit. I do. They've shown up here tonight. They're doing their best, but they're overmatched here tonight. They've been overmatched since 2018. one win since the start of the 2018 season, and that includes a stretch of their last 38 in a row that they've lost. So you got to feel for a team like that, right? I mean, they're as we say, they're doing the best they can, but every night when they come out in this Oakland Activities Association, and this, by the way, is not a conference game. Both these teams, Farmington plays in the OAA blue. Pontiac does not. So this is a non-conference game here for the Falcons, who in the conference standings are one game off the pace with a 2-1 conference record. They trail Seaholm 3-0, and Falcons are 3-2 overall. Here comes that pressure. Donaldson running for his life for the corner, and there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 Falcons there to stop him before he can get to the 30, before he can get to the 40. He did pick up some yardage, but that'll be a turnover on downs, and the football will belong to the Falcons, this time at the Pontiac 39-yard line. So they needed 15, and they picked up really 3, right? And there you see Donaldson, number 2 for Pontiac, being brought to the turf. Not slung, by the way, the way we saw Tua Tagliavolo slammed to the turf last night in that football game, Miami at Cincinnati. And I, for one, hate to see that. That's a star guy, right? I'd rather see him play than see him injured on just a normal sack. Wow, look at the speed of Petaway here. Wow, just off the right side, and Cam Petaway is into the end zone for a 39-yard touchdown. Wow, he shut off some burners there. So it's a one-play, 39-yard scoring drive on another touchdown jaunt by Petaway. There, look at that speed. My goodness, outran. He just had that little seam. That's all he needed. What did Gale Sayers say? Just give me an inch. Give me an inch of daylight. A foot, maybe, is what he said. A foot of daylight. That's about what Petaway had there, and he just outran everybody into the end zone. The Falcons go up 33-0. Still 2:28 to go in the half. Kyle Braska on his legs are going to get tired, right? On the extra points alone. Well, they're going to go for 2 here. Falcons want to have that running clock when the second half begins, and they will. Caught down there in the end zone by Farmington's Kayshawn Wilson. So the 2-point conversion will make it a 35-0 game with 2:28 to go. So look at Wilson just cutting across. So it's 35-0, and when the second half begins in a game, a high school game in Michigan, when the point differential between the two teams is 35 or greater, and it's the second half, they play with a running clock. And I think that's a bit of it is. It's high school football's version of the mercy rule. And I think the Falcons, John Albrecht was trying to show them a little, not show them up, but show them a little bit of mercy here, because they're hopelessly behind in those one based on what we've seen overmatched in this game tonight against Farmington. So let's put them in a position where they don't have to. We won't run as many plays because the clock won't stop. And the Falcons kick it away. 35-0 Farmington as the football is returned out to, I'm going to say, the 22. And Pontiac starts from right there. Well, as we say, right, you want to win on homecoming, so everybody who's coming home has a good time. And I've got a feeling we're going to see, we won't see Dominic Pacey in the second half as well, because Jeremiah Axe is warming up right down below us, the backup quarterback. Again, the Falcon defense able to track down Donaldson behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Bush on the carry for the Phoenix.
or checking his
Taking
push
out
on the
number
carry.
2, Aaron McCray.
And here, Aaron McCray, number 2, just
Pontiac.
watch him. Phoenix have called another timeout here. It's their second. Boy, they lost almost 10 yards on that. It's called a loss of 9 on the first down play, and it's second down and 19 from the Pontiac 13-yard line. Again, the Falcons up by 35 points. We've got 2:06 left to go here in the third quarter. So unless Pontiac scores before the break, all right, it'll be a running clock in the second half tonight here at Falcon Field. Homecoming 2022. We'll have all the homecoming festivities coming up for you at halftime. Don't miss that Falcon marching band. They're terrific. You can actually see the percussion section off to the side of the locker rooms on the. Well, there you see it. Pretty much just a little on the right side of your screen there, a little right of center. The percussion section is ready to go. They're down there. They're almost like in a. I guess a parade rest sort of situation. They're very still. But that's the room that the Falcons use at halftime. That's their locker room. Second down, 19 to go for Pontiac here. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. And this first half has been all Falcons. Well, you expected it might be. Pontiac again winless so far this season and winless back into the mists of time. Pass by Donaldson. It's caught down there. Bush on the reception. So he gets the 9 yards back pretty much. Third down and 10.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Third and 10 from the 22. Donaldson flushed again. He's been flushed every time he's gone back to pass, it seems. And they'll say the clock will continue running here after a gain of about 2 yards.
Rashad Shabazz and Joshua Walker on the tackle for the Falcons. Fourth down, Phoenix.
So fourth down and 8. You heard Shabazz in on the tackle there. And Pontiac. They haven't punted tonight. They're not going to punt here either. They're at the 25. Line to gains the 33. So 4th and 8 now. Donaldson, look at that. 3 men in. They throw the screen, though, over the middle, but nice effort by the Falcons to suss that one out.
Pass is complete to number 34, James Tate.
And in to make the tackle, the first guy there was Aaron McCray, number 2.
Shabazz and Darnell Moore on the tackle for the Falcons. That's a
So a completed pass.
Falcon, first down.
Yeah, I'm giving that tackle to number 2. I could be wrong. I mean, I know it was number 2, but they gave number 3, Shabazz was in there as well, and he's who finished it off. So a turnover on downs and, great field position for Farmington. Again, this time they'll start nearly in the red zone. 1st and 10, Falcons at the Pontiac 22-yard line. Falcons, if they want, have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but I think they're going to take a knee. That's as good a victory formation as I can recall seeing, really hunched up around that quarterback. Dominic Pacey, having a great year for the Falcons. They'll have to snap it one more time, and then we'll go to halftime, and the Falcons will take a 35-0 lead into the break. In fact, the teams are leaving the field now, but I think they have to snap it one more time. Maybe not. Nope, Everett says, let's just go. Let's just go to the locker room. Boy, why not?
And at the half, Falcons 35, Phoenix 0.
So the Falcons with 2 first-quarter touchdowns, a 13-0 lead after 1, and 3 touchdowns here in the second quarter, plus a 2-point conversion. So that adds up to 35 points. So when the second half begins, expect it to go by quickly. We will have a running clock. We're in a running clock situation now here at Falcon Field. Right now, though, we've got some halftime excitement for you. First off, the Farmington Falcon Marching Band. They are terrific. Under the direction of Michael Steele, they'll put on a bit of a show. Then we will have the naming of this year's 2022 Farmington High School homecoming court. We'll have all of that for you coming up here on TV 10. Right now, we will stand aside. And again, the score at the break, Farmington High School 35 and Pontiac no score.
Darkness falls upon the midnight hour is and whosoever shall be found, let's possess the soul and get him down. The Falcon marching band would like to offer you some tricks and treats without privy to all things that go on in the night. So hold your loved ones close as the band presents Close in the Night.
They're not responding.
Senior drum major, Daddy Rook, and junior drum major, Sarah Martinson. Is your band ready? Our opener
Is a fanfare based on Michael Jackson's Thriller, proving that our band is too cool for school. Danny Elfman's What's This from The Nightmare Before Christmas follows. Drum majors, let's get this party startled. New Hits Power Ballad, Creep. We feature our low brass section along with color guard soloists Sophia, Megan, and Lexi. They are definitely creeping it real. Music from the feature film Sleepy Hollow. We hope to lift your spirits with this spectacular ending. Welcome to Farmington High School's 2022 Homecoming Celebration. It's been a fun and exciting week here at FHS as the students participated in our Old Hollywood Spirit Week. And now, please give a warm welcome to our 2022 Homecoming Court. First up, Dustin Chandra, escorted by his parents Jim and Sherry Chandra. Dustin plays on the soccer and lacrosse teams and is a part of the F7. Alyssa Saperstein, escorted by her parents, Monica Cardenas and Rodney Saperstein. Alyssa is part of the IB Leadership Program and also plays defense on the lacrosse team. Jeff Grinovisky, escorted by his parents, Jeff and Nicole Grinovisky. Jeff is the swim captain and is on the cross-country team as well. He's also on the robotics team. Samara Doctor, escorted by her parents, Madison and Chantel Doctor. Samara plays club and high school soccer. Lamont Winston, escorted by his mother, Nia Winston. Lamont is on the track team and a part of GSA. Bria Osborne, escorted by her parents, James and Tanya Osborne. Bria is on the cheer and lacrosse teams. She's also in film crew, magical choir, and helps with student council. Keyshawn Brown, escorted by his parents, Lavita Lamar Brown and Ken Harrington. Keyshawn competes in track and field at Farmington High School. Emma Stutzman, escorted by her mom, Michelle Cower. Emma loves being around people and spending quality time with friends and family. Brody With, escorted by his parents, Mary and Curtis With. Brody is on Farmington's cross-country and track teams and is also part of the F7. Kateba Abuchar, escorted by his dad and brother, Ubada Abuchar and Yosef Abuchar. Kateba is on the football team. He also serves on the Student Council Senior Board. As is the tradition at Farmington High, each court member will now be given a concealed rose. In a moment, I'll instruct them to reveal that rose. The two people holding red roses will be crowned as our new Falcon royalty for 2022. At this time, court members, please reveal your rose. Congratulations to our 2022 Falcon royalty, Emma Stutzman and Dustin Chandra. And congratulations to all our court nominees. Let's hear it again for our entire homecoming court. Our band would like to thank the communities of Farmington and Farmington Hills. Their generous donations helped us raise over $25,000 during Tag Days last weekend. What a generous community. So appreciative of all of your support. And now our Falcon cheerleaders.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's they yell when the barrels and woo! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrels in your mouth. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out.
I'm a money making, no cap, ayy. Hot as out, but you already knew that. Even if I brought a plea, you still couldn't get your boo back. I ain't finna argue with you, this ain't how we do that. You was already mad, I'm just adding something to that, ayy. I'm saying put your hands on your whip, huh? Whip, huh? Whip, huh? I'm saying put your hands on your whip, huh? Whip, huh? Whip, huh? I'm saying put your hands on your whip, huh? Hands on your whip, hands on your whip, huh? I'm a money making, no cap, ayy.
Get with me, I'm catching vibes from silly. They know I rhyme with it. I put my foot on the gas, take off.
I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that. My body, I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that. Loud, commotion. We causing a commotion. I put it in, I put it in, I put it in motion. Sorry, save me cause I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. Don't call me sis cause I'm not your sister. You really need to come and get your mister. Seeing all my ops linked up in a picture. Everybody look busted, injured. Stuck on my page, probably want a scissor. All in her mouth like I kissed her.
What you know about me? What you know? Except my lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss keep rocking. I'm saving at my library. And all my boys keep rocking. Ice me up. I want Tiffany. I want.
You better pop, ayy. You better dip. You better shake, ayy. Make an earthquake, ayy. You better walk, ayy. You better go, ayy. You better. I wanna be your friend.
Let's hear it for our Falcon cheer team. Still time to hit those concessions before the second half.
Cam Petaway in the first half scored either 3 or 4 touchdowns. I'm not entirely certain because I didn't write one of them down in all the excitement, and that excitement has added up to a 35-0 lead for the Farmington Falcons over the Pontiac Phoenix here as we move into the second half of play, a half of football completely dominated by the Falcons. Indicated not only by the score, but you look at some of the statistics. And for example, Pontiac had only 5 first downs in the half, and 4 of those came as a result of a Falcon penalty. So without those, they just have the single first down, and they can't punt. We haven't seen them punt in any of their possessions tonight. So Farmington is winding up with some outstanding field position. They've started drives literally in the red zone here tonight, out 25 yards from the end zone, that sort of thing, and it's added up, as we said, to the 35-0 lead, 13 points. They missed an extra point. The Falcons did in that first quarter, made up for it with a 2-point conversion in the second quarter, which ran the score to 28-0. And some people look at that and say, why are you piling up the score on these guys? And I think the simple reason was to get that score to 35 points. The 35-point differential, meaning we'll have a running clock in the third quarter, which is about to begin. I expect we'll see a lot of substitutions for Farmington on the field in the second half as well. Falcons won the toss. They elected to defer, and they will now receive the second half kickoff running clock with a 35-0 lead. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what happened on that kickoff. So it got pooched out of bounds across the way near midfield.
Number 40, Darius Alexander for first down at the beginning of the half.
Recovering it.
Hey, we've got that winning ticket.
And the Falcons again.
$44 tonight.
Well, I want to wait and see what's going on here.
What an amazing job.
So it looked like the ball would be at the 49. They'll put it right there at midfield.
9-4-4-0.
And
9-4-4-0.
I'll be honest with you here, until we can get the situation resolved, that the PA, which is I'm just about, gosh, I'm only 3 or 4 feet away from one of the loudspeakers. It's just above me, and when they get it turned up as loud as they got it cranked tonight, I just have a hard time concentrating. So 1st and 10 Falcons up 35-0, and this is the first play of the second half. Pacey in still at quarterback, hands the football, I believe that was number 22 for the Falcons. That would be Joshua Walker.
32, Ryan Conley on the carry.
I'm sorry, they say it was 32 Ryan Conley, and that makes more sense. He is a running back after all. We saw him with a couple of carries in the first half. 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. And the temperature is dropping tonight precipitously. It got up into the mid-60s. A beautiful day here. But now that the sun has gone down, you can tell. I had to leave the booth at halftime for a few moments, and when you put your hand on the aluminum rail when it gets cold, as Wilson carries outside, picks up the first down and more. Now cutting his way all the way to the near side of the field. Look at this. It's going to be Wilson going in for the touchdown.
Number 6, Keyshawn Wilson into the end zone for a Falcon.
Wilson with a 45-yard touchdown run, and the Falcon advantage grows to 41 in this one. So the Falcons begin the second half with the long touchdown run by Wilson.
Again, check those 50-50 tickets. 290-9.
There you see the replay. And it looked like he was hemmed in along the far sideline, didn't it? But he said, nah, I'll just run it across the field. Far side to near it, into the end zone he goes with that 41-yard touchdown jaunt. Falcons with the 41-0 lead. Extra point by Brask is up and good. And it's a 42-point Falcon lead.
Good. Falcons.
So Falcons, they just need, they didn't need much time at all to score here in the third quarter. It's now a 42-0 Falcon lead on the touchdown run by Wilson. That may be it's his second touchdown run of the game. I've got a question mark next to it, but I'm pretty sure it was, he's got 2 touchdowns tonight, and Cam Petaway has 4, which would account for the, that plus a 2-point conversion would account for the Falcons' margin of 42 points.
9-4-4-0. 290-9440. It's $444 If you don't come up soon, we'll be picking a different ticket.
So the Falcons will kick off here. As soon as Pontiac, that kickoff bounding down inside the 10-yard line will be returned. Out to about the, a little bit shy of the 25-yard line.
Return for the Phoenix. Matthew Shambo and Ryan Connolly on the tackle for the Falcons. First down, Phoenix.
Amadi Bledsoe with that return. And you see they're going to put that football down at the 24-yard line. So they switch footballs at the high school level as well. In case you didn't know, the team that's on offense has the choice of football. They can use their own, and teams typically do that. They bring their own footballs. They're marked appropriately. And you saw after the kickoff when it was Farmington's ball until they kicked it, they exchanged that ball for one of that Pontiac had brought to the game. Pass goes incomplete across the way. Little shoving down there. But no flag called. The clock, we're in the running clock situation. It is running here now. Has run under 8 minutes to go in the third. Now downfield, you see a pretty good example, I think, of offensive pass interference right about there. But again, I think at this point you're just content to run that clock. And let's get everybody out of here in good order. It's a 42-0 football game, and the Falcons have the 42. Let's see if we can get an update. You hang in there with me. I'll try and see if I can get the score from out of town, the North Farmington score. Well, there's a scrum.
Bledsoe on the carry.
And it was Bledsoe getting back to the line of scrimmage before he was shoved back.
Tackles led by Ashton Davis of the Falcons.
Fortunate to get back to that line of scrimmage. You see the Falcons surge will just momentarily push him back. A little running play here will just get the football essentially back to the original line of scrimmage. Bear with me here. I'm just sort of scrolling through my phone to see if I can pick up an update on the North Farmington game. No, nothing new to report there. 14-0 North Farmington over Troy Athens at Athens. And that second quarter score is the most recent one that we have in that game. Unless I missed something. I can go back and make sure. It's not like there's a lot going on in the field here at Falcon Field right now. 42-0. The Falcons with the lead. Running clock in the second half. Fourth down and a ton, and the Falcons are going to get the ball back on downs as they swarm over another hapless attempt by Donaldson to advance the football. Play loses 5. The Falcons will start this drive in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So, and really, what you want to do now in this situation is see the Falcons just manhandling Pontiac essentially. You just want to get this one in the books. And towards that end, the clock, even during the change of possession, continues to run. We're down to about 5 minutes to go in this one. A 4-touchdown night for Cam. By the way, that's the game story from the Farmington point of view.
All right.
Pacey is still in there.
One more time after the play.
1st and 10 at the 17. Is that Madison? Down inside the 10-yard line. Ryan Connolly. Connolly, number 32.
That 50-50 number for 400.
That play picks up 8 yards, second down and 2.
9-4-4-0. Well, wait a minute, but then we're going to be pulling a new ticket.
So second and a couple for the Falcons. They'll improve to 4-2. The football is at the 7, or I should say the line to gain is at the 7. Here's Conley towards the goal line, battling, but brought down to the 2. First and goal Falcons now. Again, they took over at what, the 17-yard line.
Number 32, Ryan Connolly on the carry. Number 34, James Tate on the tackle for the Phoenix. First down. And goal. We will now be pulling a new ticket for the 50-50.
All right, a goal to go, first and goal. Actually, they've put the ball on the 3. Connolly is in the backfield, gets the carry, and he just scores easily, standing up.
Number 32, Ryan Connolly into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
3-yard touchdown run by Conley, Ryan Connolly. That the clock is still running down there, and I think that's a good thing. 48-0 Falcons. Brasky's extra point makes it 49-0. And you're kind of at the point now where enough's enough.
The extra point
right?
is good. Falcons 49.
So the
Phoenix
touchdown.
0.
It's actually hard to say.
We have a new number for the 50-50. Get those tickets out.
I'll be back with you momentarily. Okay.
We have a new number.
I
Nobody
can't.
claimed the first. 290-8730. 290-8730. $444. If you got that number, come on up. 290-8730.
At any rate, Ryan Connolly with that 3-yard touchdown run makes it 49-0. As I mentioned, it's difficult to say exactly when the touchdown was scored because the clock didn't stop for it. They're just doing everything they can tonight to run this one out. Oftentimes, you'll see the clock in a running clock situation stop on a change of possession or stop after a touchdown. They're not even doing that here tonight. 49-0. It's just you're kind of hoping at this point nobody gets hurt, right? I mean, it's just been a mismatch here tonight. That ball was touched in the field of play, and I think that's a safety. No, they're going to say he was down in the end zone. All right. And I think that's fine. It looked like his toes were pretty close to the end line there. And that could have been problematic. It appeared to me that the ball had been touched there by Randall Bush in the field of play, but that's fine. Pontiac will begin from their 20-yard line. You wonder if they'll run a play here yet in the third quarter. We're under a minute.
We have a winner for the 50-50 jackpot of $444. What a generous crowd.
Well, you just heard the crowd here tonight, and it's a large one on the Farmington side for homecoming. They pointed up nearly $1,000 tonight in the 50-50 drawing. Again, tag days for the music program in Farmington Public Schools. That was last weekend. You saw the kids all around town collecting money, and they generated $25,000. That's just terrific. 5-yard first down carries here by Amal Bledsoe. I'm sorry, number 34, James Tate. And I think that's going to, the third quarter has come to an end.
Falcons 49, Phoenix 0.
So the Falcons had 14 more to the total, lead 49-0 here after 3 periods of play. Again, no game for you next week here on TV 10. Both the Falcons and the North Farmington Raiders are on the road. And I should have brought gloves tonight. I'm surprised. It's a little chilly. Well, I knew it was going down into the 40s. I just didn't think it would get there quite this fast. Although, let's check. I can't see my hands, but I'm a few degrees warmer here in the booth, even though the windows are open. A few degrees warmer here in the booth than I would be outside because of the light, the overhead light. And I did check at halftime when I was out of the booth, and I could not see my breath. However, after the game last week at North Farmington, I could for the first time all season long. So always a dispiriting. No, it's not the word anniversary I'm looking for, but a dispiriting annual event, let's say, when you can see your breath for the first time and you know that summer has gone away. But it was a beautiful fall day here today. Milestone, maybe that was the word I was looking for. At any rate, Rich Kincaid here with you at Falcon Field. We're about to get this clock started for the fourth quarter. It's a 49-0 lead for the Farmington Falcons. It is 2nd down and 5 for Pontiac. They're at their own 25-yard line, and they've just had they've been overmatched in every area of the game here tonight. I'll tell you what, the ball fake there in the backfield fooled me, and I wasn't the only one. I saw a couple of Falcons going the wrong way as well, and the play will pick up 4 out to the 29-yard line.
Number 33, Darrell Moore on the tackle.
Let's see what got me fooled here. Yeah, because I thought that guy had the ball, but it's the quarterback, number 2, Keyshawn Donaldson, who has it. Again, you see that more now in football where you didn't necessarily see it in the past. Where the quarterback will just stick that ball in the tummy area, and you think that's the guy who's got the ball, and then the quarterback takes it back. 3rd and a yard for Pontiac here. Farmington 49, Phoenix no score. Falcons improving tonight to 4-2. Donaldson again. And he cut it up inside, got the first down. Gain of a couple to the 31.
Number 2, quarterback Connie Donaldson kept the ball for a Phoenix first down.
So again, no TV 10 for you next week. The week after that, 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be Farmington Public Schools Red Zone. We'll bring you both the games, the one here at Falcon Field and the one at Holland Field. We'll bring them to you simultaneously. I'll work out of the studio, and we'll see how well that all works out. This play is still alive. It's actually going to pick up 2 or 3 yards on the carry by James Tate. He looked like he was stopped for a loss, but he got away, spun away. I'll ultimately credit him with a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. As we hit 10 minutes to go here in the football game. Farmington 49, Pontiac no score. See, there he spins away from the tackle and actually gains a couple of yards on a play that looked like it might lose 4 or 5. Little dump off and good yards after the catch by Jeffrey.
To number 6 from Marseille Jeffrey. Number 40, Darius Alexander.
Where if it's a first down depends here on the spot, and I think he picked it up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, first down out to the 43. Took him a little while to get the change to move. So we're running out the clock here with just under 9 to go in a 49-0 football game. Falcons are going to win on homecoming easily. And this Pontiac squad, again, they brought 23 players to the game here tonight. They'd love to put something on the board, but boy, I'll tell you what, it happens again as Connie Donaldson sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 8, 2nd down and 18.
TJ Spears on the sack.
This has been the Falcon defensive line has simply overpowered the offensive line for Pontiac. So we've seen, as we said, I think they've picked up 2 first downs. Well, they have. They've picked up 2 first downs all night that were not the result of Falcon penalties. 3rd down and 18 to go. The ball's at the 36. Donaldson picks up a snap that rolls to him. And he's doing his best to get some yards on his own, and there's not many to be had. Just a yard on that carry.
Donaldson on the carry.
So 3rd and 17.
TJ Spears on the tackle.
Main thing we continue to watch is the clock, 7.5, and it is running. Running clock situation in this football game has been since the second half began. Falcons led at the break, 35-0. They lead now, 49-0. You kind of feel sorry for number 2 for Pontiac there, Connie Donaldson. He's had nowhere to go all night. He's trying to cut, I think he's completed about 2 passes, maybe 3, that kind of thing. And now they stop the clock on a timeout by Pontiac.
Timeout Pontiac.
So the stoppage occurs, so there you see it, 7:03 to go in the football game, and you see what a mismatch it has been here tonight at Falcon Field, 49-0 in favor of the Falcons.
Thank you again, Grant Tavern, for supporting Falcon football this season.
They look like they got some size there, don't they?
Still open with that Farmington Civic popcorn.
Number 99 is Javon Fair. Number 73, he's a big guy, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna try this name. Yuakwane Onibuchi. They appear to be football sized, but they have not been able to do anything about the defensive pressure tonight from the front 7 for the Falcons, right? You get that box up in there, put 7 in it, and wish them luck. This is the 3rd down play, and again, Donaldson can't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to make it 4th down and about 19. And it's been this way all night long. 4th and 19, and they can't punt, so they'll run a play here, and the Falcons will take over with terrific field position. The way it's been going tonight, it hasn't taken them long to put it in the end zone from there. 49-0 Falcons. They led 13-0 after 1, 35-0 after 2, 49-0 after 3, and it's still 49-0 right now. We approach 6 minutes to go. Again, Donaldson eludes one tackle, may get hit here. No, he gets away. That's all it's going to be, though. He's out to the 40-yard line, gets 6. But the Falcons will take over right there on the turnover on downs. And if you're supporting Pontiac, this one play encapsulates virtually everything we've seen from the Phoenix tonight. A desperate quarterback trying to keep a play alive and failing so to do. 1st and 10 Falcons. They're at the Pontiac 39-yard line. You see the clock as we approach 5 minutes to go, and that's going to, in all likelihood, would be 5 minutes of real time. I don't think they're going to stop it now under any circumstances at all. New quarterback in there for the Falcons, and I can't quite pick up his number. That's number 17 at quarterback, Jeremiah Axe. And a can of by shampoo of about, 3-4 yards or thereabouts. So Jason Albrecht, after tonight, will be 9-6 in his career at Farmington High School in his second year, midway through the season. And remember, the Falcons did 0-4 last year, won their last 5. And they're going to be 4-2 this year. After tonight, after the next 3 minutes and 55 seconds elapse, and that clock again, it is running. Axe handed to Champeau, and he's down near the first down inside the 30-yard line.
Champeau on the carry. Number 34, James Tate on the tackle.
Champeau, junior running back, number 22. Just a pretty basic play, right? Try to bounce it outside, and he does. So it's going to be 3rd and a yard, or a little less than a yard, in fact. And the backups are in there for the Falcons right now, and, that's a pretty good call. Because this game is out of reach, has been for a long time now. Champeau again, first down yardage inside the 20. Gets tripped up inside the 20, and they'll spot it at the 18. But Champeau, late in the ballgame, making his first appearance of the night and impressing. We approach 2.5 minutes remaining here tonight at Falcon Field. Just been a blowout. Pontiac has never really threatened to score at all here tonight. They've just been unable to stop the Falcons, who I don't recall Farmington punting here tonight. Right now they have it first down and 10 at the 18. About 2 minutes to go in the game when the ball is snapped. Axe puts a man in motion again, Champeau, and he got tripped up again that time. And he's down to the 15, and there's a flag throw. Procedure against the Falcons. And we are now under 2 minutes to go. The clock did stop on the penalty flag. The football right there on the 15. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Now they start the clock again. The Falcons will just take a knee. And I think that's the sportsmanlike thing to do. They may have to do it again. There's 1.5 minutes left to go on the clock. But the Falcons are going to get out of here, and they're going to make it 4 wins in their last 5 games. And 9 wins in their last dozen games, which is pretty good. They're going to shut out the Pontiac Phoenix here tonight by a final score of 49-0. The other thing that's not final about it is the fact that they're going to take this last knee or two, and we'll all go home. Again, no game for you next week here on TV 10, but we will be back with you in 2 weeks' time for our exciting red zone coverage. I'm guessing that's going to do it. But just a guess, they may make the Falcons snap the football again. There was enough time on the clock that they would be required by rule. And what else would you require under force of other than rule? Falcons are going to take a knee again. Officially 4th down, as you see. So I think there's the delay of game. No, they're just going to call it a game. That's it. Okay, I think that's smart. Absolutely. So the clock is still running here.
Falcons 49, Phoenix 0.
And the Falcons skate away with an easy one here tonight on homecoming. by that final score of 49-0. The teams will shake hands at midfield as they always do after a game, and a good performance by Farmington, right? Outstanding, sure. But again, it comes against a Pontiac team which has now lost 39 consecutive games dating to the week one, the opening weekend of the 2018 season. It's been a long time, long, hard time for them, losing 39 straight games, and their last victory came over 4 years ago. So Falcons do what they came out here tonight to do. They win, and they rout the Pontiac Phoenix here by a score of 49-0. This is the third time this season that Pontiac has given up 40-plus points, and only one other team has scored more against them than the Falcons did here tonight. Falcons, with the victory, as we say, improved to 4-2. They need wins in 2 of their last 3 games to qualify for the postseason, right? Unless they're a 5-win team that gets in, but we'll see how all of that turns out. Unfortunately, we won't be back to show you any of that action next week. Both these teams, the Farmington Falcons and the other team that we cover, of course, the North Farmington Raiders, play on the road next week. We will rejoin you with coverage of both the Raider and Falcon home games 2 weeks from tonight. We'll have a little split screen deal going on for you, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. Tonight, as far as the Falcons are concerned, belong to Cam Pettaway. He had a pair of touchdowns, and Wilson also with 2 touchdowns as the Falcons dominate this one tonight, and they win by the final score of 49-0. You can start to feel fall setting in here. I should have brought gloves, for crying out loud. It's a little chilly. It always goes that way. That first night in August, you're up here and you're drinking fluids. You have to keep yourself hydrated. And now we hit this point of the year. October starts tomorrow, and the month of September, of course, comes to a successful conclusion tonight for the Farmington Falcons, a 49-0 win over the Pontiac Phoenix. So, on behalf of our entire TV10 crew, great job tonight, guys. I just want to say on a personal note, night, Jeannie, I love you. I do. And for all of us, my name is Rich Kincaid. We say so long and good night from Falcon Field.